Welcome. We are going to do a walkthrough of this assessment about the adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing of decimals. So let's look at number one. So it's asking for the product of 1/3 and 1/5. So product means multiplication. So on this equation, or this problem, you're going to be multiplying 1/3 and 1/5. So you have to look through these and which one would give you the same answer as 1/3 and 1/5. Well, you could try to solve these and figure out 1/3 and 1/5, but I want you to look closely at these two because these are going to be an expanded form. So we have 1 whole and 3/10, similar to that one, and 1 whole and 5/10, similar to that one. And then we are multiplying. The only difference between, see this one, you're multiplying and adding, but this one would be add, just like an expanded form, and then you'll multiply the two digits. So the correct answer is going to be C. And that's right. Number 2, it says the base 10 blocks below show how to find the quotient when a decimal is divided by a whole number. That what division equation is shown by the base 10 blocks below? All right, so let's check this out. So we know we have 3 groups. I see 3 equal groups, so I know it's not going to be A or B. So it's either going to be C or D. So now we have to find out how much is in each of these groups. Well, we have 1, 2, so that's 2 wholes and 1/10, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 700. So the correct answer is going to be D. Yes, got that one right too, y'all. All right. So this one, it says the box on the right shows how to find the quotient of 47 and 91 hundredths is divided by 3 by ignoring the decimal point for a moment. Where should you place the decimal point in the quotient? Well, let's think. How many times is 3 going to 4? That's 1. How many times is, and that's why that. How many times is 3 going to 7? Boom. So the correct answer is going to be between the 5 and the 9. Because again, you just move that decimal point straight up. And 3 times 15 is 45, which is less than the whole of 47. So that is why it goes between the 5 and the 9. Or no, the 7 and the, no. The answer, 5 and the 9. Yes. So the correct answer would be B. Yes. So in this one, it says the model below shows how to find the product of 1/7 times 1/8. What expression can help you find the missing number in the model? So we have 1 times 1, 1 times 0/7, and then we have 7/10 times 8/10, which gives us 5,600. So what is 8/10 times 1? 8/10 times 1 would be D. And yes, good job, y'all. So finding the sum. What does sum mean? Does it mean add, subtract, multiply, or divide? Divide. It means to add. Correct. So let's see. We got to line these digits up. So we got 6 and 7 on top of each other. So let's see. We got 6 and 7. So that gives us a 3 in the ones place. So plus 1. 7 plus 9 plus 1 is a 7. So we know it's not going to be this. And then we add a 1 here. So 1 plus 3 plus 1 is 5. So the correct answer is going to be D, 14,800 or 14,085 and 73 hundredths. Yes, got it right. What is the difference between 85 and 198 thousandths and 16 and 873 thousandths? So let's think. Subtract 8 minus 3 is 5, so they all have 5 in the thousands place. 9 minus 7 is 2. They all have 2 in the hundreds place. And you can't take 1 from 8, or you can't take 8 from 1, so you got to regroup. So it's going to be 4, and that's going to be 11, so it's going to be 3. So it's either going to be B or C. And then if that's a 4, 14 minus 6 is 8. So the correct answer, I think, is going to be B. Let's see, B. B is the right answer, y'all. Yes, I'm undefeated. All right, so here we go. The box on the right shows the same problem. Okay, so how many times is 9 going to 29? Because that's how many holes I have. So that's going to tell me how many holes my answer has to have, my quotient. So 9 goes into 29 3 times. So the decimal point is going to go between the 3 and the 2, which is A. Let's go. the difference. So again, it's subtraction problem. So we're going to be subtracting 75. And this one, you're going to have to make that 20 hundredths because you're subtracting 68 hundredths. So 20 hundredths minus 68 hundredths. So be 12. So 4. No, 0. 2. Yep. So I think the answer is going to be 50 and 52 hundredths. Let's try to see. Yes. Because again, remember, this has got to be 20 hundredths. And again, subtraction. All right, find the box on the right. How to find 2 and 8 tenths times 4 and 8 tenths by ignoring the decimal point for a moment. What is the product of 2 and 8 tenths and 4 and 4 tenths? So basically, this number has 2 decimal places. So our number has to have 2 decimal places. So the correct answer will be A. Let's go. Last one. All right, so the area model. This one is one that Miss Morrison does not teach you. Because again, it can sometimes be a little tricky, but you will see it maybe eventually in the future, but probably not. It's 13 and 60 hundredths divided by what equals 3 and 40 hundredths. Well, we know it's not 1, and I'm going to tell you why it's B here in just a second. It's not 12, and it's not going to be 16 hundredths. Well, I know it can't be A because anything divided by 1 is just itself, so. And then as I see 1 hole, 1, 2, 3, 3 holes and 4 tenths. Guess what? That's that number. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's why the correct answer is 4, which is B. Let's go. So again, y'all, if you watch this video, you can just get a perfect score. But if you did not watch this video, you will probably not get a perfect score. But you could. So good luck. Hope to hear from you soon.